Okay, so just back to NQ, we were on the 4-hour time frame, so let's go back to the 4-hour time frame here. All right, so remember we had that daily bullish imbalance. Good morning, guys. By the way, good morning to everybody that's just joining up. Glad to have you here. Super excited for this stream. Been looking forward to it for a few weeks now. So welcome to anybody that has not traded with me before, and welcome to all of my Discord members that are here as well. Okay, so down to the 4-hour time frame. This has been a level I've been charting out to my Discord members for a while now. It's been these equal highs up here. Look at all these equal highs on the 4-hour time frame. So every time we make an equal high like this, that means we've generated extra liquidity on the buy side up here. That means we have more buy stops resting above, which means price is more likely to go target that level at some point. So we've had this level on our charts for like the past week or so, and we've been running towards it. Obviously, last week we were very bullish. We were able to catch a lot of nice long positions in my community last week going towards these highs, but we ultimately want to see us come actually take out these highs. So how are we going to get there? What's going to push us towards that level? Well, it'd be assuming that we don't have any fundamental reasons that price is going to drop, like news or data release, where we have negative news or a negative data release, which drives price lower. That could be one reason that we see price dropping. Ultimately, we want to see price coming back up to these highs. We want to see continuation of this bullish trend. So looking at the 4-hour, we're in this 4-hour bullish order block. We're not really getting much rejection. We have this small 4-hour bullish imbalance down here inside, right at the 50% level of that daily bullish imbalance. So it would be nice to see us come down into this level and get a good bounce back up to buy side. Obviously, right now, we're looking pretty bearish here at pre-market, but let's go down to a 1-hour time frame. Let's look at a 1-hour range here. Let's look at a 1-hour range. So we have this external high up here on the 1-hour time frame. What is external? External liquidity is our higher time frames, weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1-hour. Internal is going to be like our 15, 5-minute, 1-minute. Those are going to be internal ranges. This is an external range on the hourly. So we have a swing high up there and a swing low down here. So this is our hourly range going into our market open. That we always look at our hourly range. Every single morning we're looking, what is our more likely side of liquidity of our hourly range that price is going to go take out? Well, if we're looking at price right now, it looks like it wants to come take out the sell side of this hourly range. We're looking pretty bearish, but that does not necessarily mean I expect us to have a bearish day, right? Because we could trade down and grab the sell side liquidity, trade into a daily bullish imbalance, and then see us jump back and bounce back up to buy side. So that's typically what I look for at market open, is some kind of fake out move where we're coming down or we're going up to grab a liquidity level, and then we're seeing a reversal in price. So I'd like to see us trade down and possibly grab these lows right here, come trade below this low, and then get a reversal, and then we look for a long position, taking us back up to buy side. We can see up here we have more buy side liquidity on the hourly right here with the swing high. So just a lot of liquidity levels here that we can look to target, that we can expect price to run to. Then when we see these imbalances like this bearish imbalance here, right, we have a 1-hour SIBI right here. What do we want? Let's say we have a bullish bias today. Let's say we want price to move higher. Well, we'd want to see us move and run through this level. We'd want to see us run right through that hourly imbalance, inverse it, and then get a continuation up to buy side liquidity. If we're going to trade into that and bounce back down, well, that's when we kind of start looking for short positions, even if it goes against what our original daily bias was. I always tell my community, you cannot be stubborn about your daily bias. There's plenty of days where I have my daily bias completely wrong and price moves a completely different way than I expected, and we're still able to catch a really solid winning trade because we just adjust our plan. We don't try to predict the market. We just try to react. We observe what the market's telling us. We react to what the market shows us, and then we execute our orders or our trades based off of that. If you're trying to do too much predicting, you're going to get caught taking some dumb trades sometimes. So we always wait. We are observant. We have a daily bias, and if price does not go our way, then we just kind of adjust our plan based on that. But right now, if we just go back to the daily real quick, right, look at how bullish we have been on a daily time frame, inversing a daily SIBI. I want to see us move higher, and I know we might get some retracement. We might come into this daily busy here, and if we do that, then I want to see a good reaction back up to buy side liquidity. So let's go all the way down real quick to a 15-minute time frame. Market opens here in just about 2 minutes, just about a minute and a half. And also another thing to note, I don't like taking trades right at market open. I usually give it about 5, 10, 15 minutes before I jump into any positions because I just like to let the market tell me where, what direction it's going to go. It makes it a lot easier on us to find good trades instead of trying to force entries right at market open when price is extremely volatile and you don't really know exactly what direction price is moving. So we usually like to kind of wait for that. So going down to a 15-minute time frame, I usually like to chart out our previous session highs and lows. You can see up here, this is at 4 a.m. This is actually our London high. Our London session goes from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern. And that's just kind of when we see a lot of volume in the London market, which if we pay attention to our Asia session and our London session, we're going to see our very, very obvious liquidity levels from those sessions that price likes to go target. If we look up here, we can see that our Asia high is actually just above. Asia session is 7 p.m. to midnight Eastern. So at 7:30, we see our Asia high. So we have two previous session highs right there of liquidity that we could expect price to run to if we're going to be bullish today. We've already taken out our Asia low. We've already taken out our London low. So those levels have already been swept. We don't need to really pay attention to those levels. So right now what we do is we just wait for the market to open, which is happening right now. We just got market open. And we just see what direction is price pushing us. Are we going to run through our bearish levels? Like let's say this bearish imbalance up here, this hourly imbalance up here. That's going to start giving me confidence or conviction to start jumping into a long position. But if we're going to see extreme bearish price action and order flow, well, that's when we're going to start looking for short positions. So let's just take a quick look. Again, I'm never in a rush to take trades on market open. If you're in a rush, you might want to rethink that a little bit, unless it really has to, play into your strategy. But I don't like to rush into trades. I like to give the market some time to kind of die down with the crazy volume and give me a good setup. So if we just look at ES real quick, we have a swing high up above, right? We've got this resting buy side up here. And actually, ES is very close. ES is very close to our all-time highs. You can see up here, these are all-time highs right up here on ES. ES is almost there. So it's a lot closer than NQ has gotten to those all-time highs. So let's pay attention to that level. All right, let's go down to the 4-hour. 4-hour still looks extremely bullish on ES, but we'd want to see us push through this and balance up above on the 4-hour time frame. Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome. Seeing some familiar faces here. Yeah, Doc, you're right. We do have some SMT. We've had a lot of SMT divergence the past week, actually, where it hasn't actually played too much of an impact all the time. But SMT divergence is something that we want to keep a close eye on. So, yeah, 100%. We do have some higher time frame SMT, and we can kind of point that out in just a second. All right, so like I said, guys, remember how I wanted to see if price was going to move lower, if we were going to come sweep this low. No, I have not rolled contracts. I'm waiting to roll contracts until we have confirmed that our volume is more on our December contracts than it is on our September contracts. So we're almost there. I'm assuming after... Yeah, today is the rollover date, but that doesn't mean that we already have more volume on our new contracts. We still, as far as I know, we still have more volume right now on our September contracts than we do on our December contracts. So that's why I usually wait until after this trading day to roll over my contracts, just so I know I'm trading the contracts with more volume. All right, so 15-minute time frame. We just came down, swept that low. Let's look over here at ES. Let's see where that equal low is on ES. So if we look at the hourly time frame, or that same low is right over here, right? So we have big bullish SMT now, because right here, this is that low that NQ just swept, right? And these are correlating markets. So we want to see these markets moving the same. When we see them moving differently, that starts to give us an indication of, where price is going to move next. When we see NQ come down and sweep a low, and ES fails to sweep a low, and ES is holding us up, that's when I expect price on NQ to still be pretty bullish. Right now, obviously, we're seeing a very aggressive drop at market open. All right, we're seeing a very aggressive drop, so we're going to keep a close eye on this, and we're going to start looking. Well, if price is not coming back, if price is looking very bearish, well, that means we're just going to look for a bearish setup, and we're going to take, a trade in a short position. All right, so I'm just going to keep a close eye on this market. We have we've done pretty solid pre-market analysis, and right now we're just seeing price running. But let's look at the 1-minute time frame. Just because price is running doesn't mean I'm going to jump into a trade. I don't like to chase my trades. I like to wait for A+ setups. So let's say even though we've been dropping, there's no entry here, entry model that I would have even looked to target in this position. There's not one entry model, there's no level that I would even jump into a trade. I'm not going to get FOMO that I'm missing out on a few hundred ticks or whatever in a short position, because how can I get FOMO if there was never the setup that I wanted to take anyways, right? And that's something I've emphasized in my community the past few weeks that has really helped us, is to move away from getting that FOMO. Just because you see price moving very aggressively doesn't mean you need to get involved. Does not mean you need to get involved. If it does not play into your strategy, just stay out of the market and wait for the next setup. All right, and that's allowed us to be on a 3-week win streak where we haven't had a losing day in 14 straight days because we've stayed patient. We've waited for our A+ setups. We don't chase price. We don't let our emotions take over. We trade with discipline. We trade with discipline, guys. That's everything. That's everything I teach. That's the reason I teach. Right? Because, I could just do my own thing. I could trade on my own, make some money. And cool. But the reason I really want to teach is because, if I can help other people do what I can do, trade with real discipline in the market and actually make some consistent income, that's what it's all about. So that's what we've been working on. So we're in that daily busy now. So we really, really, really have been pushing down a market open. We still have not gotten any real pullback to a level that I would even look to take an entry off of yet. So very aggressive move down. Looks like we're already trading down below that 50% level, the constant encroachment of that daily busy. Very aggressive hourly bearish candle here. And now we want to start looking for fair value gaps and these bearish order flow levels that will hopefully, either take us lower or we'll inverse and then see the longs start to step in. Right now, it does not look like longs want to step in. I'm going to get rid of this daily busy. We know where it's at. I just want to clear up the charts a little bit. So now we have this 1-minute SIBI. 1 minute bearish imbalance. Are we going to trade into that 1 minute bearish imbalance? If so, where is price likely to target? Well, that's when we got to go back to our hourly. And we got to look at our external lows, right? We have an external swing low down here. Right, so if price is going to drop aggressively, well, then I'm expecting price to come all the way down to this external swing low, and I'm looking for internal structure to take a trade based on that to take me down to that low. Well, right now, we don't have any pullback. We're not really creating any real structure yet, so there's no trades that I can really look to jump into. There's still not really any trades that I can look to jump into right now. All right, so we can also pull up the VIX here. If you guys don't use the VIX, I recommend using it, just volatility index, just to see what we're looking like overall. All right, the VIX looks very bullish right now. When we see the VIX looking bullish, that means we usually see NQ looking pretty bearish, right? So the VIX has opened extremely bullish. We want to see the VIX start to build bullish structure if we're going to see NQ continue to the shorts, and if we see the VIX continuing with this bearish trend, well, then that's when we're expecting NQ just to step right back in and take out buy-side liquidity. But right now we look very, very bullish on the VIX, and we're looking very, very bearish on NQ. So we're going to start looking for some good setups here very shortly. And the market's only been open for just about 7 minutes, so I'm still not in really a rush to jump into a trade. I still like to give it some time, but right now we're moving so quick we might see an opportunity sooner than later. So you want me to check out YM? Yes, let me pull up YM. Remember, this is the Dow futures. We like to just pull up our correlating markets just to keep, a good eye on what's going on. YM, pretty bullish, huh? Pretty bullish on market open, so pretty opposite of what NQ and ES are doing. YM is looking pretty bullish. Is YM at all-time highs right now? YM is at all-time highs, so very, very big SMT, but we're seeing, if YM's going to be extremely bullish today and we start to see a reversal, that's one confirmation that the longs might step in on NQ. Let's go back to ES. So ES still looking pretty bearish. We do have some higher time frame SMT divergence. So now NQ is finally trading into that 1 minute SIBI right here. So we're going to see if we start to respect the SIBI, if we're going to bounce from it, or if we're going to run and inverse this level, then we might see the long start stepping in pretty soon. Remember how I said I wanted to see us come down and sweep this liquidity level and then get a reversal back to buy side. Right now we look very bearish though, so I'm not super convinced yet. Cheers, everybody. Drink your coffee, drink your water. All right, so let's just stay patient. Let's wait for a good A+ setup. We'll look to get in and get out. Look to take some solid trades, maybe one trade, maybe two. So my rules typically are 2 to 3 trades a day, no more than that. I like to stay strict to my risk management plan. Normally I'm trading a live account, but for today we are trading FFN. I'm trading a 250K account. 250K. So I'm going to be looking to trade, probably my sizing right now, I'm going to be looking for about 10 micros. 10 micros full position right now until I start building leverage, because this is the first time I'm trading this account. So what I like to do is give myself some room. I like to grow an account a little bit, kind of give myself some breathing room from that drawdown, from that trailing drawdown, and then I like to size up a little bit as I'm making more money in that account. So I'll start off pretty small, probably start off 5 micros half lot, 10 micros full lot in this account. Until I grow it, and once I'm a few thousand in the profit, that's kind of when I like to scale up on these prop firm accounts. So right now we're respecting this 1 minute SIBI. We've gotten a strong bounce off of that level. So what gives me confirmation to jump into the shorts? If I see us come down and inverse a 1 minute busy right here, this 1 minute bullish imbalance, that's going to give me some more confirmation to then jump into the shorts. I don't care if I get an entry all the way at the lows. That doesn't really bother me, even if it seems like a bad entry. That doesn't bother me too much because I know that we have sell side liquidity and we're still going to have a lot of room to run. That means we're going to see price run until our external liquidity for at least, all the way down to 19,185 is where I would expect our morning target to go. So as long as we respect this 1 minute SIBI, we come down and inverse a 1 minute busy, right? That's going to give me that conviction, that confirmation to then look to jump into a trade, right? We have 1 minute structure now forming a little bit better. So now we have this low down here. So that can always be a good first TP level if you are looking to jump into the shorts, right? What's the aggressive entry here? The aggressive entry is jumping into the shorts already. Or waiting, we could always wait for price to pull into this 5 minute imbalance up above. All right, we have this 5 minute SIBI up here. You can always wait for price to pull into that level as well. But if we're not going to move up that far, we're going to see these shorts really start to step in. This would be a very aggressive entry here, but if you're looking to take an aggressive entry, your short position would be off of this 1 minute SIBI, off of this rejection. Now, I'm not looking to be too aggressive right now. I'm looking to be more conservative. It's the first day of the week. We want to really wait for price to show us what it wants to do this week. Give us a clear understanding of what it's looking like, where we truly want to move. So that's why I kind of like to wait for an inverse of a certain level. And again, guys, if you want to trade along with me on a FFN account, I should have a link somewhere in here. I think I need to post my link in the chat, but if you guys want to trade along with me and grab an FFN account, go ahead and do so. We can talk about the rules, we can talk about our goals and stuff for these accounts. But if you're trying to grow this account with me, I'm going to be live trading on here, every once in a while. So again, I definitely recommend checking it out. Love FFN, love their prop firm. I definitely recommend trading with them if that's something you're interested in. All right, so we're respecting this 1 minute busy here. Now we want to see if we're going to push through this 1 minute SIBI, right? So we're just waiting right now. We're not in any rush to take a trade. We're waiting for price to show us the way. I use this analogy in a YouTube video I just made the other day. I just posted it about a week ago or this past week. And I kind of just talked about trading kind of being like surfing, right? If anybody here likes to surf or has surfed before, you understand that when you're in the ocean, you are waiting for the wave to show up, right? You can't create a wave on your own. You're not trying to force yourself into a wave that sucks. No, you're waiting for a good solid wave to show up that you can jump on and you can surf. It's just like trading. We're not trying to force our trade into the market. We're waiting for the wave to show us, to show up, and we're going to ride that wave. So what most people struggle with is forcing their trades when there's not really an entry. They chase price. They let their emotions take over. But here at Eternal Exchange, what we focus on in my Discord is waiting for the trade to show us exactly where it wants to go and then jumping into an entry, right? Then riding that wave all the way to shore. That's what we focus on. So I'm never in a rush. There's times the past few weeks where I've waited over an hour to take my first trade. And it ended up paying out because, we made a few $1,000 or we caught 600 ticks on one single trade just because we stayed patient and didn't force entries. So I know a lot of people, when I first started trading, I struggled with patience. I struggled with waiting for a trade. Right when market would open, I would see all this movement, I'd see this volatility, and I would just jump into entry after entry after entry with no real confirmation and end up taking a bunch of losses. What I had to learn to do is stay patient and understand that maybe I should only take 2 to 3 trades a day. Maybe I should only wait for my A+ setups, because then that's going to allow me my probability of being profitable. It's going to go way up. So that's something that I focus on and that we focus on at Eternal Exchange. So now we are trading into this 5-minute SIBI up above. ES has already traded into it. So this is where we really want to see if we're going to get a reaction off of this 5-minute bearish imbalance. This is a very key level. This is a very key level. If we start getting a strong reaction off of it and start building some better bearish structure, that's when we're looking for a good short position. Okay, but like I said, guys, my overall bias is still bullish right now until I really am proven that the shorts are going to step in for good. So once I'm proven here that the shorts are really going to step in, yeah, then I'll start, looking for a good short position. But right now, my bias is still bullish. So you might ask, well, then what would make you get into a buy position? What would make you get into a long? Well, I would wait for us to close above this 5-minute SIBI right here. I would wait for us to close above this level. And, I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm going to wait for us to close above, because if we are going to reverse here, if we are going to be bullish, we are going to push all the way up to London high, to Asia high, and up to these equal highs, which means we're going to have so much room to catch. We're going to have so many ticks or so many points to catch on this long position that I don't care about missing out on, this right here, because this is just waiting for confirmation. But if we close above this 5-minute, that gives me all the confirmation I need to now see the long step in, right? But right now we're respecting it. We're getting a bounce off of that level. So we still look very, very bearish right now. Currently, we still look very bearish. So we just got to keep staying patient. Keep staying patient here, guys. Sit back, relax, let the market do its thing. Wait for your A+ setup. Drink your coffee, drink your water, listen to music, grab your OJ, whatever you need. Whatever you need to relax. All right, trading is a stressful thing, but we try to make it to where it doesn't need to be stressful. Trading does not need to be stressful. Most of us overstress so much about these little things that we can just kind of relax and not have to stress about. Okay, so we're respecting this 1-minute SIBI here, but what I want to point out here is that we have this 1-minute busy. If we inverse this 1-minute busy, this is when I start looking for a short position now. Right? We're now starting to look for a short position because now we have confirmation that we got a strong bounce off of a 5-minute SIBI, 5-minute bearish imbalance. We just inversed a 1-minute bullish imbalance, right? Which is showing that, okay, well, maybe bearish order flow is stepping in, but we still wait for reactions. Notice how price is just kind of very volatile right now. It's kind of back and forth. We're moving a lot of ticks in these 1-minute candles. So when I see price moving this much and this volatile, I usually just kind of like to sit on the sideline. I just like to wait. I like to be patient. I like to be patient. Man, it's good to see all my members in here and a lot of new faces. And we got almost 150 people on this stream. Let's get it up to 200, why don't we? Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Thank you, guys. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Man, I get so excited for these new trading weeks, guys. I just get so excited. It's just the blessing that we have to be able to do something like trading is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, guys. Most people don't have this blessing to be able to do what we do. And that's why I take it so seriously. That's why I don't disrespect trading. That's why I respect the markets. I respect trading because, man, you got to respect your opponent, especially yourself. Your real opponent is yourself. So if you can respect yourself, it's going to take you a long way. All right, guys, so we're trading into this 5 minute. Remember how I said once we close above this 5 minute, that's when I'm looking for longs. That's when I'm looking for longs. Right? Once we inverse this 5 minute SIBI, this is what I've been waiting for. If we can inverse it on the 5 minute on ES in and Q, that gives me all the confidence I need, all the conviction I need, I should say, to now look to jump into a long position. So when I see us close above this level and then create a 1 minute bullish fair value gap, that's when I'm now looking to target a long position. So yeah, that's a good question. You could look for a short off this 5 minute zone, but what's giving you the conviction to do that? We haven't bounced off of it yet, right? You have to see some conviction. If we were to bounce off this level, off the 5 minute fair value gap, and then create some 1 minute bear structure, that would give you a lot of conviction to jump in the shorts, right? But right now, we're not bouncing. We're not getting a rejection. We're respecting bullish order flow right now. So there's not really any conviction yet for me to go short. And overall, my bias is still very bullish, right? We traded into a daily bullish imbalance right here. This is exactly what we talked about pre-market that we wanted to see happen. This is our exact plan here, right? So now our plan is starting to happen a little bit. So now we just want to see this 5 minute close above. 5 minute close above this line right here, and we want to see us start respecting our bullish order flow like our bullish fair value gaps, right? Like this level right here. We want to see us trade into this bullish fair value gap and start to bounce back up to buy side. Right? That's going to give us a lot of conviction here in the longs. The 5 minute just closed. Strong 5 minute candle closing above what looks like consequent encroachment of that 5 minute. Yep. So we're looking very bullish now, guys. We are starting to look very bullish here. So this is when I really start looking for a long position. Look at how ES completely inverse that 5 minute. ES is looking very bullish right now as well. So this would be the aggressive entry off this 1 minute busy right here. We didn't inverse the 5 minute SIBI yet, but this would be the very aggressive entry in the longs. Right off this busy right here. Like I said before, I'm not looking to be too aggressive right now. I'm looking to be more conservative. So I'm just going to wait for my entry. Right, but if you're looking to be aggressive, that right here off this level would be the aggressive entry in the longs. Why is it aggressive? Well, because we haven't actually inversed this 5 minute SIBI yet. That's why it's aggressive. We're also trading into a 15-minute bearish order block. So we have these levels that make it a little bit more aggressive. All right, there's my fund X. It's like telling me to take a trade right now. Nope. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Yep, that's a great analogy. I love that. I love that. You're like a lion in a bush waiting for the prey. 100%. 100%. Here we go. So these longs are looking like they're about to take off. We do have VWAP just above. So obviously that's a key level that we want to keep our eye on. We also have this 15-minute unicorn up above. That would be a good target. We had this high-low, higher-high displacement of the lows. So if we look at this level, bearish unicorn is a bearish reversal pattern that usually holds us down pretty strong. But if we push above this hourly SIBI, I'm expecting this to come all the way up into this 15-minute unicorn, and I'd expect us to try and push right through that unicorn. And if you guys don't know what a unicorn is, or a breaker block, on my Discord, if you guys want to join for free, I have all of my educational videos for free. I have a free intro course to ICT concepts, all that stuff. So if you guys want to join it, you can go check those videos out if you're a little confused about any of the stuff I'm talking about. Okay, so we are just about, we have just above 2 minutes left on this 5 minute candle, but we are about to inverse. Look how strong ES is looking. So our pre-market plan is playing out exactly how we wanted right now, right? So now we just need to see about one more confirmation for us to really start jumping into a long position here. Right? So now I just need to see one more bullish fair value gap form and maybe us close above this 5 minute. That's going to be all the confirmation I need to now look for a long position in this market. Again, there's been some aggressive entries you could have taken. You could have taken the aggressive entry down here. Didn't like that one very much. This one I liked a little bit more. You could have taken this aggressive entry. All right, so I still like to give aggressive entry, call outs for people that are looking to be more aggressive in this market, that are maybe have a different trading style than I do. I've got a very conservative trading style. So some people are more aggressive. Some people like to take the aggressive entries, get in their position, get out real quick, call it a day. That's cool. I still want to give you that opportunity. What if we tap back into that 5 minute after this 5 minute closes? Yes, that's a great level to look to long off of. So when we inverse a level, like close above the 5 minute SIBI, trade back into it, that's a great level to look for a long position. I usually like to see 1 minute structure as well. I usually like to see some 1 minute structure forming as well, just in confluence with the 5 minute. So I wouldn't necessarily just take the trade purely off the 5 minute inverse. But if I see good 1 minute structure and maybe a 1 minute busy overlapping, that's kind of what I like to see. So these longs are definitely looking like they want to take over here, just like we talked about in our pre-market analysis. All right, so now I'm just waiting for, this is the confirmation right here. This is all we needed to know. This is all we needed to know right here, right? This is all we needed to see. Now we just need to see a 1 minute fair value gap. If we can see a 1 minute bullish fair value gap here, that's when we're looking to target the longs. Okay, we're almost into our first silver bullet hour, which that's when we usually target our 1 minute bullish fair value gaps. But again, these longs are stepping in, guys, and now we just need to wait for that A plus entry. We look to target our A plus entries only. All right, 5 minute just completely inversed. So now I'm looking to target the next 1 minute bullish fair value gap that forms. The next 1 minute bullish fair value gap that forms, I am looking to target a long entry. So we got our complete fake out to the downside. This is what we expected. Come down and grab that hourly external low, just like we talked about. Now we're seeing our reversal, and now we need to see some, like a 1 minute bullish fair value gap, good structure form for us to jump into a long position. Extra confirmation would be waiting for us to close above VWAP on NQ. I don't really need to see that yet. I don't need to see that happen because I have so much conviction in these longs right now that I think we are going to push through those, push through VWAP and push through all of this buy side, push through this hourly SIBI. So I don't need to see them. I don't really necessarily need to see us close above right now for me to jump into a trade. I'm just waiting for a 1 minute fair value gap to get tapped into. So we have a 1 minute busy forming right here. I usually don't really look at the 15-second or 30-second time frame. I know a lot of traders do. That's just never really been something that I look at. Okay, so we want to start looking for price to trade back into this busy here. And then we want to look to target our buy side liquidity, maybe take a TP. If we get into these longs, maybe take a TP off that 1 hour SIBI up here. Maybe hold through the 1 hour SIBI, just depending on how strong the longs are looking. So now I need to see a good solid reaction off this 1 minute busy for me to jump into a long position. If we're going to trade right through this busy, I'm not going to get in the longs. I need to see us get a good bounce off this level like that, and it just ran away from us too quick. That volatility stepped in so quick I didn't even get an entry. Did anybody get an entry in that long position? That happened so quick I didn't even have a chance to jump in. That just hit our first TP. So if you did get in, that was our first TP level off that 1 hour. That was very, very fast. Wow. So hopefully you guys got an entry on that. I didn't have time to. That happened way too quick. But there you go. That was our strategy right there that just played out, right? We waited for the 1 minute busy. Jump into that long, take a TP up at this 1 hour SIBI. We took out buy side liquidity. Now maybe hold some runners but stop at break even. Or just take out your full TP. Yeah, that was way, way, way too volatile for me to even find an entry. That happened so fast. I blinked and it just pumped over 100 ticks, right? So I'm fine with missing out on that, even though I wanted that trade really bad. Oh well, I couldn't get the entry. So I'll just move on to the next entry. But we can see, okay, hopefully some of you guys caught that. Our strategy is playing out very well here in this market. Our pre-market plan is happening exactly as we expected it. But see that bounce? This is why that first TP level was that hourly SIBI. Because look at the bounce we got off the hourly SIBI right there. That's why that was our first TP level. Strong resistance level. We saw a very strong bounce off that. Very quick too. So I'm still going to look for another entry. Now we just kind of need to see some extra confirmation and more structure to start forming here. Because that was very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. So I'm glad some of you guys were able to catch that move. I didn't have the time. All right, let's see. Is price going to keep respecting this 1 minute busy? We're going to trade through it. Remember, the end of the hour is just about a minute and a half. We typically do see a lot of manipulation going into the end of the hour. So we want to be careful. We see a lot of volatility start to step in. We are going into silver bullet hour, so I'm okay with giving it a few minutes until I take my next entry, or an entry at all, I should say, not my next entry because I wasn't even able to get that one. But yeah, so from that, where I wanted to get my entry, that hit 125 ticks in about 2 seconds. That happened in about 2 seconds. So for those of you that got it, you probably got stopped out of break even if you were holding a runner. But good trade. That means you started off the day in the green. So good stuff to my friends that got in on that entry. Okay, so we have just about 30 seconds until our hourly candle closes. We can zoom in here. Look at the bounce we got off this hourly SIBI, right off that consequent encroachment. All right, that's why that's a good TP level. We expect a bounce. We expect a rejection from that level. All right, so our whole plan has been playing out so far. So that gives me a lot of conviction, right? We wanted to see, what did we talk about pre-market? We wanted to see the hourly trade down and grab this hourly low. We wanted to see us trade into a daily busy like we did and bounce off that level. We got SMT divergence at the lows. ES failed to sweep the same low that NQ swept, so that gives us confirmation that we're going to see a reversal to buy side. All right, so our whole plan has been really playing out. So now we just need to find a good entry. So we just tapped into a 5-minute busy, and we're running away very quick already, right? So we're already running away very quick, so I still haven't gotten an entry yet. Still haven't gotten an entry. It seems like every time price taps into a level that we want to get into position off of, we run away way too quick for me to even jump in. So that's fine. I'll just keep waiting for the next entry. All right, so look at this 5-minute busy we formed. 5-minute bullish imbalance right here. We tapped into that real quick and just pumped right away. Didn't really give me an opportunity again to jump in. So that's fine. I'll wait for the next one. 5-minute busy is playing out. Did anybody get the 5-minute bullish fair value gap entry? I don't know if anybody did take that entry. I'm sure some of you did. There you go, honest money. That's what I'm talking about. Jordan got it. Doc Holiday got it. Mike Breezy is in. All right, so I'm just waiting for another 1-minute fair value gap now to form. Hey, there you go. There you go, guys. All right, so some of you guys are eating. Some of you guys are catching some good moves here. That's what I like to see. At the end of the day, I could care less if I miss out on a few trades. I want you guys to see what I'm seeing. I want you guys to understand this market like I do, and I want you to see these trades and take them. So I'm happy that you guys are able to see these trades and take them even when I'm not in them. That's what I like to see. All right, so we're getting that rejection. We're going to need to run through that hourly imbalance. We're seeing a lot of chop, a lot of volatility in the market right now. A lot of chop and a lot of volatility here, so we just got to really stay patient. I'm just going to continue to stay patient here, wait for my setup. No reason to force anything. Because as I said before, with these longs, we still have a lot of reward, guys. I'm expecting these longs to go all the way up to London high, Asia high, all the way up to these equal highs. So we have a ton of reward still to be taken. So I don't mind missing out on the first, leg of the move. That's fine with me. That is fine by me to miss out on this first initial move. Yeah, if we see NQ, starting to move above VWAP, I just need to see some more 1-minute structure forming here. Exactly. This is the first 30 minutes to 1 hour of the market of the whole week. Why risk most of your capital in the first 1 hour of a trading week? All right? Why not just be patient? That's the way I see it, at least. Okay, so again, a lot of chop right now, a lot of volatility, so I'm going to sit on the sideline. I'm going to wait for the next entry. I'm not going to force anything here. No reason to force an entry here. I always like to enter into a half a position, right? So my initial entry will be into half a position. So right now, like I said, my half position on this FFN account will be 5 micros, and then I'll scale into 10 micros for a full lot. All right, so I always like to jump in half just to keep my risk low until I see the move, the trade moving in the right direction. So very strong rejection back to sell side right now off that hourly imbalance. We want to see us respect this 5-minute busy. We want to see a strong bounce off this 5-minute busy. I do not want to see us run through that level. Okay, that's a pretty good bounce. Pretty good bounce. Doesn't mean I'm just going to jump into an entry. I need to see Okay, if we're going to form some bearish structure on the 1 minute, if we create a 1 minute bearish fair value gap, then I'll just wait for us to run through that bearish fair value gap and then take a long entry. Okay, very, very, very good rejection off of that 5 minute busy. Very good rejection off the 1 minute busy here. But still in a very choppy consolidation area of price, so I don't really like to jump into an entry while we're consolidating. Let's see. So great bounce here, but we're still chopping in between these levels here, so no entry right now. 5 minute uni on ES, let's check it out. Yeah, a little bit of a 5 minute unicorn here. It's not super clear, but you can see we have a low high, lower low, displacement of the highs, fair value gap left behind. So we definitely have a unicorn there. Good eye. Good eye there, Mike. I have a 50K is 2 micros, then 2 more, a good number. Yeah, 100%, right? And I always advise that your scaling plan is just based on your risk tolerance and based on what kind of trader you are. So everybody's different. Everybody's going to have a different risk tolerance. Everybody's going to have a different trading plan. So, if you are good with trading small and, you like to keep your risk light, well, then trade, 2 to 4 micros is a great number. It's a great number to trade with. Keeping your risk light, trading the right way, maybe scaling in. If you're in a good winning position, you could even scale in a few more micros if you want to add on to your profit. So here's these longs, right? I'm just waiting for the perfect entry here. I know these longs are going to step in. Right? I have a lot of conviction in the longs right now. But I don't like taking entries while we're in a consolidation zone, right? We're in consolidation range here. I'm not going to jump into a long entry while we're consolidating. That's just not what I do. That's not a part of my trading plan. That goes against all of my rules. I need to wait for good price action. I need to wait for a good level to get a trade off of. So that's what I'll do here. That's what I'll do. Right, like I said, I expect these longs to really step in. So the minute we form the next 1 minute bullish fair value gap, I'm getting in an entry. Right? If we get a good reaction off that 1 minute fair value gap that we form, I'm looking to jump in the longs. So if we form a 1 minute busy right here, perfect. I will most likely jump in the longs. We're above VWAP. If we can trade into this, get a good reaction. Okay, well now where am I looking to target? Probably looking to target this up here, 15 minute bearish unicorn reversal pattern resistance level. That's probably where I would look to take TP. Okay, well, we're not forming that big fair value gap, but we're still going to have possibly a fair value gap formed down here on the 1 minute. Never mind, no more 1 minute fair value gap. Price is very volatile, very choppy here. So, again, I have to wait on my entry because we're not forming a level that fits my plan or my strategy. The aggressive entry would be looking for a long off of VWAP, expecting this breakout, expecting us to continue higher off of this 5 minute busy. That's the aggressive entry. You guys know I'm not looking to be aggressive right now. After we bounce from that hourly SIBI, I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to be patient. Even though I have a ton of conviction in the longs right now, I still need to wait for my entry. Need to wait for my entry. So I'm just going to relax and wait for the A+ setup that I want to take. And stay hydrated, my friends. All right, guys. So let's just stay patient here. Did you guys have a good weekend? Yeah, I've heard that before, Breezy. I love Kendrick. You guys watch some football. You guys relax. You guys celebrate. For my members, did you guys celebrate our winning week again? Yes, sir. Football is back. Dude, both of my teams are getting wrecked right now. Both my fantasy teams are getting absolutely just demolished. So, but I'm just happy that my team won yesterday. So that makes me happy. You said, are we in a bullish breaker? My team is the San Diego Chargers, and I'll always call them the San Diego Chargers. Even though they're the LA Chargers now, they're always the San Diego Chargers to me. Yep, I'm always very happy to see the Cowboys get wrecked. Always happy to see the Cowboys lose. Hey, yep. See, I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles. I can get behind that. Oh, come on. You guys know the refs. You guys know the refs are always on the Chiefs side. That was unbelievable. That was so dumb. The Bengals should have won that game. So, guys, we're still consolidating. So, whenever we're consolidating like this, I'm not, I just like to wait. I like to wait. Some people don't like that. Some people are like, why is this guy talking about football right now? He should be talking about trading. Well, you got to learn to relax a little bit. You got to learn to chill out and not stress out about these trades, right? If we're not in a level that we want to take an entry off of, then you shouldn't be staring at your screen like this, just waiting, itching to get into a trade. Okay, Connor already answered your question. Perfect. Yeah, guys, the rules, as anybody from the FFN team would tell you, the rules are really, I believe, they benefit someone that actually wants to take trading seriously. Right? If you want to take trading seriously, well, these rules are built for you to attain consistency in your trading. Right? There's going to be other prop firm rules that they allow you to pass in one day. Yeah, and I know that sounds cool. But the issue with that is you start building these terrible habits in your trading where you start full porting your account and trying to pass, your account in one trade or one day. And how many accounts do you think you're going to start blowing? You're going to blow so many accounts because you're just trying to full port. And then by the time you get to the funded part of it, when you get to your PA or, your funded account, your express account, whatever you call it, you're going to try to do the same thing, and then you're going to take some pretty bad entries. So, okay, guys, let's look back at the charts real quick. Yes, 100%. If we can inverse this 1 minute here, that's when I really start to look for a long position. We're respecting our 5-minute busy here. ES is looking pretty bullish. I need to see us close above this 1 minute SIBI here. If we can close above this 1 minute SIBI, possibly trade back into it, or create another bullish fair value gap, that's when I like to look for a long position. I know we're still kind of consolidating here, so that's why I would need to see a strong inverse of this level before I jump into an entry. Pretty bad price action right here. We really got to wait for it to clear up a little bit, but I do expect these longs to step in pretty soon. Just need to see us really start pumping here. Need to see us really start pumping. So yeah, just kind of going back to what I was saying, guys, right? My whole point or my whole purpose at Eternal Exchange on my trading Discord is to teach discipline and teach to trade the right way. Most of these Discords that I see people, running or joining up, they don't really teach the discipline. They just show off. They flash their big numbers that they're making. They say you could be like me too if you just trade 100 cons, right? That's just a lie, because most of beginner traders are starting out with low capital. They're starting out with prop firms. So you need to learn how to scale these prop firms to your benefit, right? You need to learn how to scale a small trading account to your benefit and learn the right way to trade, because this truly is a skill that you could use for the rest of your life to make consistent income. But if you don't treat it that way, you're never going to make consistent income, because you're only going to focus on making a bunch of money instead of focusing on trading the right way. So that's something that I emphasize every single day. Every single day. I could care less how much money I make. Obviously I want to make more money. Everybody does. But I just focus on taking good trades. That's all I care about. And when it's time to scale up in my trading, I scale up. If it's not time to scale up in my trading, if we're in very tough markets to trade, then I'll keep my sizing small. True that. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, John right there that just sent that, he is our full-time risk management and wellness psychology coach in our Discord. He runs sessions, 3 days a week on all of that stuff. Pretty good stuff. So we just want to focus on the right things. We focus on the right things. All right, now we're getting the inverse, guys. Again, this is when I start looking for longs again. We're inversing this 1 minute SIBI. So now this becomes, once we close above, a 1 minute IFVG, inverse fair value gap. Yeah, we got to get a clear close above VWAP. We need to see us trade back into this IFVG or create another 1 minute bullish fair value gap. That's going to give me all the conviction I need to jump into the longs. That's all we need to see here. We need to see another 1 minute bullish fair value gap form. We need to see us possibly trade into the inverse. We need to finally see this breakout happen, right? We've been kind of just chilling around this level here for a while. I will die for FFN. That's the dedication that I like to see. All right. So now we're forming this 1 minute busy here. I need to see us trade back in this 1 minute busy once it forms. And then I will look for a long entry here. All right, so you guys, like normally I show my live executions on my trading view, but they won't be shown live on my trading view during the session. I'm trading on on Fund X. So I'll just make sure I let you guys know exactly where my entry, my stop, my TP levels are. So if this one needs to come back for us here. We need to see us trade back into this 1 minute busy. Give us a good entry here. Keep our stop below this fair value gap, this inverse. If it's not going to trade back for us, there's not much we can do. We're not going to chase. We need to see us come back for us. Right? 15 5-minute just got very solid closes on those candles. So now we need to see us trade back into this fair value gap, see a good bounce, get an entry in the longs, target our 15-minute unicorn up here, take some TP, hold on to some runners. That's what it's about. Uh-oh, Shosky. You guys are getting kicked off? You guys are getting hacked? Come on. You got to turn on that two-factor authentication. Square up with me. All right, so I'm just waiting for us to trade back into this level here. I'm waiting for us to trade back into this level. Once we can do that, I really want to take an entry in these longs. Just need to see a good reaction off of this level, and hopefully it doesn't run away from us super quick. All right, so we're now in it. If we start to see a reaction, I'm going to look for an entry here. I need to see a good reaction off of this busy before I jump in. I'm not going to get in off an aggressive bearish candle. I need to see us reacting off this level. Okay, we're starting to get reaction. Not enough yet for me to jump in, though. We're still looking too bearish on this 1 minute candle to jump in. Looking way too bearish right now. Okay, there's a good rejection. We're starting to see a little bit of a bounce. A little bit of a bounce here. And we're still not enough confirmation yet. Not enough confirmation. We don't want to get manipulated out here. Okay, now with this candle, if we start to look bullish on this 1 minute candle, that's when I jump into an entry. If we're looking bearish, I'm staying out of this. All right, price is too choppy right now until we see a good bounce here. Patience, patience, patience. Patience pays, guys. Patience pays. Yep, we're not rejecting. We're not bouncing here, so I can't get an entry. Look at this manipulation we're seeing. This chop has been pretty crazy so far. The chop has been pretty crazy at this level. Once we hit that hourly, we've only chopped. So I will not be getting an entry here. Not right now, at least. Looks like we're going to completely come down and disrespect both of those levels. Yeah, no news Monday, 100%. We expect to see chop, right? We expect to see chop. No news Mondays are often going to bring us chop. Patience saves, right? Patience does save. Saves us a lot of capital and a lot of stress. All right, so we just completely disrespected both those levels. No news Monday. We're seeing the chop. So you could switch to the new contracts already if you want to. I don't know the official volume count right now. If someone wants to look that up, they can look that up. I'm still on the September contracts. I'm just waiting for us to, officially take volume over on our December contracts to roll over. Tony Soprano is a character from The Sopranos, the TV show. But similar vibe. It's both about the mob. Yeah, and he's also in our Discord. Pretty cool. We got some celebrities in here. No, rest in peace to James Gandolfi. He was the actor. Amazing actor. Amazing person. He's also an excavator. True. True that. Tony Soprano was actually our prop firm giveaway winner last week. We do a prop firm giveaway every Friday in our community, and Tony Soprano won. Speaking of that, Tony, have you gotten your money yet? You should have. I don't know if you've gotten it yet. If not, we'll take care of it today. So guys, this chop is just insane right now. This is not price action that I will ever take a trade in while we're chopping like this. This is not ever. This is low probability price action. This is the type of price action that you just get chopped up in. You end up blowing your account because you're over leveraging. You're taking trade after trade after trade. You think the longs are coming in, so you jump in the longs. You get stopped out. Oh, wait, never mind. The shorts are coming in. You jump in the shorts, you get stopped out. Right? The amount of times I used to do that when I first started trading was just unbelievable. You know how many accounts I blew by doing that exact thing? You know how many times I would do that? I'd be like, oh, this is finally the breakout. The breakout's going to happen right now. It wasn't going to happen. And even if it did, well, I would have just gotten lucky. Right? I would have just gotten lucky. Just because I was trying to guess the breakout. That's not what we do. That's very low probability price action right here. Right? And that's okay. If you did that, it's all just a learning lesson. It's all just a learning lesson. You just learn from it, you move on, and you do better the next time. That's all it is. You know, you don't need to be upset with yourself. Everybody goes through it. Every single trader that I know of has done that before. I can assume with a lot of confidence that if I ask that question right now, how many people in this chat right now have done that before? I can almost assume that almost 100% of us have done that. Look at these shorts stepping in now. Right? Everybody's done that at some point in their trading career. Some people might still be doing it. So you don't need to be upset. You know, you don't need to get mad at yourself. It's something that we all go through, but if you don't learn from it, then that's when it becomes a problem. You just have to learn from your mistakes. Learn from it. Realize that that's not beneficial. It's not going to help you make money. There goes FundX. It's trying to get me to trade again, guys. It's making these noises. Okay, so we're still bouncing off this 5-minute busy. Right? Same thing here. Let's say you just chased this breakout right now, right? You just chased these shorts. You probably just got stopped out, right? What was your conviction in jumping into a short position? You have to have conviction. You have to have a real plan for any trade you take. Just because you see price, okay, we're dropping, and then you jump in, what is your conviction there? Do you actually have a real short entry? Do you have conviction that the shorts are going to come in? Or are you just trying to chase price to try to make a few bucks? Right? That's what you have to ask yourself every day. Every single trade. Right? This is another analogy that I like to use for my community. Is I always say this one is, if you had to defend your trade, exactly, Greg, if you had to defend your trade in front of a jury of your peers or fellow traders that are, maybe successful traders, could you defend the trade that you're about to get into? Could you have a real reasoning for the trade you're about to get into? Or are they going to laugh at you? Or are they going to say, dude, what are you doing? You're just gambling, right? When I started thinking about that truly shifted my mentality in trading. I started to think about it and holding myself more accountable in my trades. I said, okay, well, no, if I did this in front of this successful trader that I know, he'd probably call me dumb and say, dude, why are you taking that trade? What are you doing? Right? So that's when I kind of stopped taking those dumb trades, is when I started to think about that before every single trade I got into. No, I haven't taken any trades yet. Some of our members took a nice long position that I wanted to get into that I didn't have the time to jump into it because it moved so quick. But it was this long position off of a 5-minute busy right here. It jumped about 115, 120 ticks within 1 minute. A lot of our guys or people in the Discord, in the chat, caught it. I didn't jump in because it happened so quick. But it was the long we were looking for. So ever since then, no other trade callouts. I haven't taken any trades. Just because this price action is not worth taking a trade in for me right now, guys. I really don't believe it's worth taking a trade. I need to wait for better price action to step in. Okay, so we're respecting this 1 minute Sibi right now. Okay. Am I getting hacked too? Is someone hacking me right now? Looks like my VPN just pulled up. What's going on, guys? They're hacking me. Okay, so 5-minute candle closes in just about 1 minute. We've got a strong rejection off this 1 minute SIBI here. Strong, very strong bearish candle. Looks like these shorts might want to step right back in here. Looks like these shorts might want to step back in. Okay, so we have 5-minute busy down here. So we might see a lot of seek and destroy today, guys. We might see a lot of seek and destroy today. What is seek and destroy? That just means we're going up. We're grabbing buy side liquidity. We're coming down. We're grabbing sell side liquidity. It's just back and forth. It's when normally we see this when we have no news Mondays. Just a range day, right? We're not really seeing any real follow through or real breakout moves. So it looks like we're going to completely inverse the 5-minute busy up here. We're going to close below that level. Yeah, exactly. That's how you'll know I'm hacked. Okay, so 5-minute candle just closed. Completely inverse this 5-minute busy up here. Created a new 1 minute SIBI up here. So we might see these shorts come right back into low of the day here. I wouldn't be surprised if now these shorts want to come back into low of day. Like I said, we could just see seek and destroy conditions. We could just range back and forth all day. We could range back and forth the entire day. Would not be super surprised by that. Right, my initial thoughts were, yeah, we're going to see a strong trend day to the upside after we come down and grab sell side. But then I remembered it's a no news Monday, so we might not see a real trend day or a real breakout. So we're in the 5-minute busy here. Again, this price action right now, I'm sorry to anybody that doesn't trade with me that might be expecting an amazing call out. You know, you might be expecting to take an amazing trade. I'm sorry if I don't offer you a good trade because, again, I'd rather not take any trades and be patient than force a terrible entry and then you end up taking a terrible entry, right? No, I'd rather stay patient. Yes, I am on a 3-week winning streak. We've had 14 straight days of winning days. The only reason it's not 15 is because one of the days was a holiday. One of the days was a holiday. So we have not had a losing day in a long time. Exactly, Diesel. Not trading is also trading, right? Not trading can often be the best thing you can do. Thank you. Thank you very much. So it looks like these shorts are trying to step in, but again, we didn't trade into this fair value gap up here, so we couldn't have even really got an entry. We're in this 5-minute busy here, so we need to really inverse this 5-minute busy, and then maybe we look for the shorts to come right back down to low of day, right? It's just this range day, back and forth. Still not really any amazing A+ setups. Like I said, the only real setup that I really wanted to take so far was this long right here. So some of you are in the green because of that long. I just didn't get the entry. So far, that's the only actual setup I would have jumped into. None of the other ones have actually played out yet. Yes, sir. We've got a few big trades the past few weeks. A few big trades. Some pretty good trades, and that's just by us being disciplined. There's been times we've waited about an hour and a half for our first trade, and we were able to catch over 600 ticks because of that, just by being patient. So I know these shorts are coming in, and you might think, why is he not going into these shorts? These shorts are taking over. He should be jumping into the shorts. Well, yeah, I'm starting to think about jumping into the shorts, but I need to see us inverse this 5-minute or create a 1-minute bearish fair value gap that we can trade into, right? Like this 1 minute up here. This would be a nice entry in the shorts up here if we can trade into it. All right, if we can trade into this level, that would be a nice little entry here. You know, keep a stop above the fair value gap. We can target low of day. Cool, 200 plus ticks. That would be nice. My Discord is Eternal Exchange. I know Braden or John will probably drop that link in for you right now. I'll have someone drop that link in for you right now. Of course. Enrique said, Joe, would you take the trade if we inverse the bull 5-minute fair value gap? Exactly, right? Exactly. That's what I'm looking for. Inverse this 5 minute, create a 1 minute bearish fair value gap, jump into it right up here. Boom. Take those shorts down to low of day, get out. Completely get out at the lows because I'm not expecting a real breakout here. I'm expecting us to pump right back up for the highs after that. And yeah, what Connor is saying right there, guys, 50% off resets until 10:45 a.m. Eastern time, right? Use code JoJo50R if you guys want to get 50% off reset on FFN account. Thank you, Frank. Well, you're the best damn Frank I've ever met. That's for sure. Hey, Joe, how do you find in fair value gap to enter positions? Like I was talking about, right? We wait for the 5 minute to get inversed like this, right? We're waiting for this 5 minute to close below. We're about to close below here in 10 seconds. And then we wait for a bearish fair value gap to form on the 1 minute time frame like this. This is a perfect entry if we can bounce off this 1 minute fair value gap. We're just looking for bearish order flow to step in. If we can bounce off this 1 minute, all we need to do is trade into it. We just need to trade into it. And if we run away, we run away. That means I can't get into this trade, right? But look at how the shorts have really stepped in. We've broken structure back to sell side. We're respecting bearish order flow. What does that mean? We're respecting our bearish fair value gaps, right? And this one didn't give us an opportunity to get in because it didn't trade into our inverse or into our 1 minute SIBI here. That's what we really wanted to see, was for us to trade into this level, and I would have jumped into the shorts off of this level. But if price doesn't do that, that means it's not according to my plan, so I just can't get involved, right? And I'm not going to get FOMO about that, because what good is that going to do for me? That's just going to cause me to go and take a dumb trade and chase price, right? And then end up just losing money. So I don't care what account I'm trading. I don't care if it's a live account. I don't care if it's a funded account. I don't care if it's a eval account. I'm going to trade the same way across the board, because you have to build the right discipline. You have to trade the same no matter what the account is. All right, I talked about it earlier. If you just full port your evals, what are you going to do once you get a funded account? You're not going to have the right discipline. You're not going to know how to trade it. That means you're just going to lose all that money you put into it. So again, price is running. That's running to the shorts. Yeah, exactly. Right. We have SMT down at the lows here. ES just swept this low. Right. NQ is not sweeping the low. So just not good enough price action right now. We're not trading into the levels I want to see us trade into for me to get an entry. So we got that SMT down there. Hey, what's up, Matthew? How you doing, man? All right, so we got this 1 minute SIBI forming up here. Another good level that I would look to target for a short entry. Right, we wouldn't see as much reward as we did before from our original plan, but that's still looking at over 100 ticks of profit, 145, right? 150 ticks probably of profit there. So what do we do? Well, if we keep a 50 tick stop, that's a 1 to 3 RR. That's pretty good RR for a first TP. You know, about 148 ticks, about 150 ticks, pretty solid. We just need to see price trade back into a level that we like. So again, I'll just keep staying patient. I'm in no rush right now. If we have to end the stream without taking a trade, I'm sorry, guys. We might have to, right? That's a lesson in itself. I would love to take a setup. I really do. I really want to take a setup. But if we don't see the entry, we just got to sit on the sideline. We got to let all the other retail traders lose their money. You know, they can give their liquidity to all the big guys. You're like the voices in my head, Doc. You were like the voices in my head. Take a trade, Joe. Take a trade. Full port, full port. You got to fight against the voices. Fight against those voices. Don't let them win. We all have them. They're all there. The voices are there. You just got to fight against them. So I know these shorts look so good right now. I want to take them, guys. Trust me, I do. But I'm just waiting for us to pull back into my level of entry. If we could just pull back into this 1 minute fair value gap, perfect. I will jump into an entry. All right, maybe if we can form a 2 minute SIBI right here, that could be a decent entry as well. Yeah, that's very true, right? We're about to get our rate cuts very soon. At least everybody assumes we are. Yeah, big news coming up this week, next week. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, right? That we might chop around for the next 2 days. I'm glad you brought that up, right? We might chop around for the next 2 days, before finding out what our Fed decision is on rate cuts. We might just kind of range back and forth until the market really wants to do what it wants to do. Now, here's those shorts. Just like I said, we wanted to see these shorts come in, and it's just running away without giving us an entry, right? So, again, I'm not going to get FOMO about this. I didn't have the entry, so I didn't get an entry. As much as I wanted to take them, right? I wanted to take the shorts right here. Couldn't get an entry. I wanted to take the shorts right here. Couldn't get an entry. Well, if I don't get an entry, then I just got to wait for the next setup. So now we've taken that low. Are we going to reverse, or are we truly going to get a breakout? Well, what we've seen today, I would expect us to reverse right back to buy side, but we have to be patient and wait and see what happens. The structure does look pretty bearish right now. The structure looks pretty bearish here. Looks pretty bearish on the 1 hour. Looks pretty bearish on the 15-minute right now. So we got to see, is the 15-minute going to close below? 5-minute just got strong displacement. Very strong displacement. So if we're going to get a continuation to sell side, well, that means we're going to look for a short trade. But if we're going to see a reversal right back to buy side, we'll look to take the longs right back up to buy side. That's a good question. So when do you stop trading each day? It just depends on the day. Typically, in my community, we do 2 trading sessions a day. I'll do my market open session, and I'll usually stop trading. It just depends whenever we're done trading, really. There's not like a specific time that I have. I usually don't like trading after our silver bullet hour. So if we're talking about Eastern time after 11 a.m., that's usually when I like to kind of step away from the market after 11 a.m. Eastern. During lunch hour, I don't really like to trade lunch hour unless we see a really solid setup. And then going into, I trade the afternoon session with my community. That's where we focus on trading eval accounts or funded accounts, trading with micros. And we usually trade around our second silver bullet hour, which is about 2 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. So those are kind of the 2 times that we trade. Those are really the only times I like to trade. Every once in a while, I'll trade during lunch if there's a good setup, but that's usually when I'm trading. Okay, 1-minute SIBI here after displacement. Are we going to get a continuation of the sell side trend here? Are we going to continue this bearish trend, or are we going to push right through this 1-minute SIBI? We got strong displacement on the 5-minute, strong displacement on the 1-minute. Hourly's looking very bearish. We're in silver bullet hour. We have a very obvious low down here, but we're in seek and destroy. So if these longs come up right now, let's say we inverse this 1-minute SIBI, I'm looking to long this one right back up to high a day. Right back up to high a day. Right? I don't really care that we displaced on the 5-minute because look, we're in seek and destroy. So until I'm proven that we have a real breakout to sell side, I will long this market right back up to buy side. So if we're going to inverse this 1-minute, that's when I start looking for longs. Yeah, we'll have prop firm session today. Same time as usual. You already know. We got prop firm session. All right, guys, so I'm waiting for this inverse here, and then I will look to take a long entry if we can give us a good long entry, as long as we just don't run away from us again. Just don't run away from us. All right, so we've got all these 1-minute SIBIs that we're going to have to push through. A lot of 1-minute imbalances that we're going to have to push right through and inverse. The prop firm session will be in my Discord on Eternal Exchange. Yeah, so I'm doing just the market open here with FFN. I'm going to be trading next week here, market open as well on FFN, guys. Next week, market open on Monday will be here as well. But all the rest of my trading sessions will be on my Discord. So we didn't inverse this level. We did not inverse this level. So, okay, what am I exactly looking at right now? What is my thought? What is my thought process? So right now, this is what I'm thinking to myself. Okay, if we're going to start respecting this bullish fair value gap on the 1-minute, and we close above this 1-minute bearish fair value gap, that's when I start looking for long, start looking for reversal. If we're going to start pushing through this 1-minute busy, this 1-minute bullish imbalance, respecting this bearish imbalance, right? Especially because, yes, exactly, Matthew, we tapped into a 2-minute bearish fair value gap up there, right? okay, if we're going to run right through this, boom, I'm looking for shorts. We're taking shorts all the way down to previous low, and we're holding them. We're going to keep holding the shorts because now we're proving that the shorts want to break out. So now we have to wait for which side is going to win the battle. Who's going to win here? The longs or the shorts? What order flow is going to take over? Bearish order flow or bullish order flow? Right now, bearish order flow is in control. We just need to see one last confluence before we jump in. Since we are in seek and destroy conditions, my first instinct would be that price is going to reverse right back up to the highs, and we're going to see the long step right back in. So that's why I'm not completely sold on taking the shorts down at the lows, right? We're in a discount of the range. I don't really like to shorten a discount unless I see the conviction I need to see. Let's check it out. Bounce off a 15-minute demand zone. Let's check it out. You're right. We have this 15-minute order block, demand zone, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing to me. Right here, 15-minute busy right there. So two strong support levels, right? 100%. We got a strong bounce off them. We came down, we grabbed sell side liquidity. So we could easily see price run right back up to the highs. Right back up to the highs. Seek and destroy profile. I also have a video on my YouTube about this as well. On my YouTube or in the Discord, I have a video exactly about this type of day and how to trade it and how we look to trade it. So we just need to wait for us to close above this 1 minute here. Yep, 100%. Right back into the 15-minute orb. Exactly. Right, so this could be a level. If we can pump right here, we could see the longs really step back in. All right, 5-minute SIBI right here. All right, so I'm just waiting for us to really start pumping. Boom, I'm looking for a long entry. What's the conservative entry here, guys? Waiting for us to close above this 5-minute SIBI. What's the aggressive entry? Waiting for a 1 minute fair value gap to be inverse. Boom, you're jumping in off the inverse. That's the aggressive entry. Conservative is waiting for us to close above a 5 minute up here. This is a 5-minute SIBI right here. Boom, we inverse this 1 minute. Now we need to see us trade back into the 1 minute or create a new 1 minute bullish fair value gap. All right, this is when I start thinking about longs now. This is when I start thinking about taking a long position. Especially the last conviction I would need is closing above this 5 minute. That would give me all the conviction I need. If we close above this 5-minute SIBI, yep, I'm jumping into the longs. I would expect these longs to step right back into high of day all the way up here, back into that hourly. Right here, technically high of day is right here. But this is a very key liquidity level relative to equal highs up there. Look at this, guys. So it needs to give us an entry opportunity, though. You notice how every time we have attempted or tried to get into a trade today, prices just kind of run away from our levels that we want to see price, a trade into. So when that happens, I just can't really take an entry. I just have to sit on the sideline, and that's okay. And I'm not going to force an entry if I don't see it hit my level or see it trade into the level I want to see it trade into. So let's see if we're going to pump above this 5 minute here. Create some more bullish structure. We just have to be patient. Have to be patient. I know, we've been on the stream for a while now, guys. But you got to get used to being patient. If you're able to sit on a stream or sit on your computer in front of your charts for an hour plus without taking a trade, that's a very impressive thing to do, I'm telling you. It's not an easy thing to do. It takes a long time to build that discipline. But it is so beneficial. Okay, so just kind of looking at the 5 minute. We need to see us close above that 5 minute. It's a good bounce initially off this 1 minute busy here. Still not enough for me to jump into a trade yet after seeing us reject the 5 minute there. All right, so now we're starting to see if we can close above this 5 minute, that is all the confirmation I need to jump into the longs. Hey, there you go, Kia Trades. Where's your entry at? Did you get it off of this busy down here? Are you in the longs? Very nice. Very nice. Good trade, Kia Trades. It's almost like you trade or something. Long to the next 5 minute SIBI. Yes, that could be a good level. I would expect if these longs do step in that aggressively, they're going to run right through these 5-minute SIBIs, right? I wouldn't expect much rejection off those levels. But you could still look to take TPs just in case. But right now, we're not running through this 5-minute SIBI, so I don't really like jumping into a long position. All right, we're not inversing. This is when, if we start to disrespect our bullish order flow, that's when the shorts start to step in, right? So it's just so, these are the days where it's so back and forth. These are the days where you can't really have too much of a strict daily bias after seeing price move the way it is. You're just having a range bias. You're seeing when price takes out a certain level of the range, okay, now it's going to reverse. If price takes out another level of the range, okay, now it's going to reverse, right? She's an eternal trader, exactly. KT, you're always making my heart rate go up. You're always making my heart rate go up, man. It's like I don't want to hear anybody blowing their accounts right now. I don't want to hear it. Of course, it's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. As many people as I can teach what I've learned in my trading career, I will teach. Dude, you think I thought that was real? Come on. Come on now. I'm not that gullible. Maybe a little bit gullible. Alright, so this 5-minute, we're still respecting the SIBI. Hey, there you go, Christian. Pass another account. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Lord or ring? I'm not too sure what you mean by that, baby B. Could you expand on that? I'm a little bit confused. A little bit confused what's going on here. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Again, okay, so what would make me start taking the shorts here, guys? Well, if we start to close below this 1-minute busy right here, if we start pushing below this 1-minute busy, I'm starting to look for shorts if we do that, because now we'd be respecting our 5-minute SIBI. Strong bounce off the 5-minute SIBI, strong bearish order flow. Okay, now we might actually see price break out a little bit. Cool, I'll look for a short position. All right, but just with this price action right now, I just really, really need to stay patient. Really need to stay patient. All right, so now these shorts are looking like they want to break out here. All right, bearish order flow is taking control. We're about to inverse this 1-minute busy. So still, I just need to see us trade back into an inverse, create a bearish fair value gap, do something that's going to really give me conviction. Because right now, all I'm seeing is price look. We've had the right idea about pretty much every single move today, but we just have not traded into a level that I'm willing to take a trade off of. Right, that's kind of what's been going on, right? We knew these longs were coming in. I just didn't see a level that I was ready to take a trade off of. We knew these shorts were starting to come in over here. We just didn't tap into a level that we wanted to see tap into. So even when you might know where price is going, or you have a very good conviction of where price is going, doesn't mean you should always jump in. Okay, so we inverse this 1-minute here. Inverse this 1-minute here. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the 15-minute. A lot of long wicks down there. We're still reacting off of, those bullish levels, those support levels down there. So, like I said, this is just not price action yet that I really love jumping into a trade off of. This pretty bad price action down here. We've had some decent price action, but just not coming back into our levels. That's the only issue from today. The only issue. But like I always say, I would rather preserve my capital on a Monday, on a no-news Monday that does not offer any good setups for the rest of the week. Even if it's with a prop firm account, even if it's an eval account, I would rather preserve my capital and just wait for the good price action. That's what I used to do with my funded accounts or my eval accounts, right? I would just every single day force trade after trade after trade, and I would ask myself, why am I not being successful? Why am I not finding success in trading? Like, what do you think? Because you're just taking these terrible trades and terrible price action. You're not waiting for your good setups. You're not staying disciplined. You're letting your emotions take over. You're revenge trading. It's all these things we know about, but we don't do anything to change them. I know most of you guys know all of these problems that you have, but what are you doing to actively change your problems, right? That's what it's about. All right, it's another inverse here. I think these shorts could start to break out here pretty soon. With this price action, who knows? Who knows if it's truly going to break out or not? Price action is not really following any rules right now. Right, we're not really following any rules. You said big bullish SMT on the 1 hour time frame. True that, right? We still have this. This is that low. This is the same SMT. You're 100% correct. Right, we had this SMT all the way down here. You know, all the way at, where are those lows? Right here, yeah. So we came and took out this low on NQ. ES didn't even get close to it, right? So we still have huge bullish SMT. You're 100% correct. 100% correct. Hey, what's up, Ben? No trades yet today. We're waiting for a good setup. I've called out a few, or I've called out like 1 or 2 trades maybe. I think one I wanted to take, didn't take it. Ended up hitting like 115 ticks. Some people took it, but I was not involved in that one. So this is when price action just gets kind of crazy, right? We came down, we inversed a bunch of bullish levels, and now we're coming right back up, inversing a bunch of bearish levels. It's just so back and forth here. Right, this is just when you see that price action looking pretty rough. But like I said, I'm still, if these longs can take control, if bullish order flow can finally take over, I would love to take the longs back to high of day. I would love to. I would love to see seek and destroy profile actually play out. That would be great. Because that would give us a great entry opportunity into the longs. Because we could catch a lot of reward up to those longs. Right, if we can inverse the 5 minute. This is what I've been waiting for this whole time, is for us to actually inverse the 5 minute time frame. Right, and you guys see me kind of going back and forth, right? Pulling out the long position tool, short position tool. It's just back and forth because price has been so back and forth. Price is ranging. It's not because I'm just trying to guess. Oh wait, no, now we're going long, now we're going short. No, it's because we have these specific rules that we see when price takes out a sell side of the range, seek and destroy. We expect a reversal. Exactly. You got to adjust your plan. Adjust your plan. There it goes again. Fundex is telling me to jump into a trade. I feel like all the times it's done that so far, the trade actually worked out. So price played out to where we wanted it to play. Maybe I should start listening to the beeps on Fundex. Maybe that's God telling me to jump in. Get in this trade every time you hear the beep. Yeah, I haven't done like a ton of customization yet on my Fundex platform. So there's just, I haven't done a full customization yet of like exactly. I have it set up how I want it to be set up already, but there's still some more things I'm going to add into it. I usually don't really set any buy-sell signals or anything like that in my trading, just because I do everything with my eyes. I like to see everything in real time. You guys know me, I'm pretty old school. I don't really like to use any indicators or, besides like VWAP. It's all just strictly fundamental and technical analysis without any of those crazy lines all over the charts. All that kind of stuff. Let's see. That would be a question for one of our FFN admin. You said, is there a code to buy account for people who already use other accounts? We can't use that link because it says username already exists. I do not know the answer to that question, but I'm sure one of the FFN admin do have an answer for that. Don't use TradingView desktop. What question mark? What do you mean by that, baby B? I use TradingView desktop. Well, I just use it on just on my browser. Yeah, I use the browser version, not the actual app. No, I probably wouldn't use the app. I think the browser works just fine. Okay, guys, look at this. Look at this. Are longs actually going to step in, or are we just going to keep chopping? Are we going to close above this 5-minute SIBI, or are we just going to keep chopping? What do you guys think? Are we just going to keep chopping around? Got like 1 minute until we have this 5-minute close. I just want to see us close above on this 5-minute. Just give us a nice entry level. That's all I'm asking for. Chop, chop, chop. We in Chop City right now. Chop City. So, looks like right now I'm not going to really be able to take any trades with this chop. Again, like I said, I usually give it till about 11 a.m. Eastern. If I don't see any setups by 11 a.m. Whoa, guys, I just had a big stutter. If I don't see any trades by 11 a.m. Eastern, I usually will kind of step away from the market for a little bit. I usually take a break because the more, unless we see that, that move right at the new hour or something. But the more you sit in front of your charts and stare and stare and stare and stare, the more tempted you get to start taking bad trades, right? That's when you have to take a step away, kind of give yourself a little breather, take a break from the charts a little bit, and then come back with a fresh mind, back to the charts. Instead of just sitting here staring like this for 3 hours straight, that's when, the market starts to tempt you more and more to take trades. You got to kind of give yourself a little break. So we cannot break through that 5-minute SIBI. We have not been able to break through. So yeah, there's been plenty of trades. There's been a few trades I've really wanted to take today. I'll just do a little recap. There's been two. This one for sure. This long right here is the one I really wanted. Up to that 1 hour SIBI. Wasn't able to catch it. Okay, then I wanted this short right here. It didn't trade into my level, so I didn't take it. Those are the two trades I really wanted today. Both played out very well. I talked about both of them, but we just didn't see them play out the way we wanted to see them play out, so we just sat on the sideline. At least I did myself. I didn't see him tap into my levels, so if that's the case, I don't take any trades. So it just depends. So I'm trading on a 250K account here on FFN. So what I like to do on these funded accounts, or on not funded, but eval accounts and funded accounts, is I like to start small. I like to trade pretty light. I'll probably trade micros, like 5 micros to 10 micros. The more I start building up this account, the drawdown gets better and better. That's when I start to size up a little bit. Maybe I'll go up to 15 micros. Maybe I'll go up to 20 micros. Just the more and more I can build that drawdown. But if you go in super heavy right off the bat with $6,000 or $5,000 of drawdown, you could lose that account pretty quick if you're not careful. So I like to start pretty small, kind of scale up with my trading, go from 5 micros, 10 micros, 15, 20 micros, just get closer and closer to passing that account. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. On my typical normal main account that I trade during my live sessions, guys, I'm trading about 3 to 6 minis because I have the leverage to be able to do so. Right? I'm not just doing that to do that. So, but with these trading sessions with FFN, I'll be trading these FFN accounts, and we'll be trading these as well during my prop firm sessions also on the Discord, on Eternal Exchange. We'll be trading these FFN accounts as well. So right now, guys, we're going into the new hour, and we have not really seen anything good in the past, 30 minutes? There hasn't been any setups in the past 30 minutes. I know if you guys have been listening to me talk for a while now. I apologize. We just have not really seen anything that I'm willing to jump into, except for those two that I talked about. Just didn't get the entry. So, if you were coming in here looking to be aggressive and take a trade, some of you got it. I apologize if that was what you're looking for, but again, I'm not gonna change my plan just to make somebody that's watching happy and try to force a trade, right? Because that's not what I do. I'm trying to teach discipline. I'm trying to educate. I'm not just trying to take live trades just because I want to appease people that want to take live trades, right? So hopefully you guys understand my reasoning. I would like to look for the longs if we can close above that 5-minute SIBI. I really would, but just with this chop right now, I just don't really like that. I don't really like jumping into any entries here. We'll see if we're going to get anything good here, going into this next hour. We're going to start seeing some more volume pickup possibly. But again, I'll probably just wait, probably just be patient. If we're not going to see our setup, I will not get in any entries here. We have like a minute and 20 seconds left until this hourly candle is closed. Let's look at the hourly. Remember, we're not getting any displacement of our previous hour low. We're not closing with displacement yet, so that's not really showing a ton of bearish, momentum here. Oh, it's trade 903. What's up, man? Mentorship classes start tomorrow. They start tomorrow. Dude, I was confused. I didn't realize that was you. Thank you, Bezzy. Appreciate those words, man. Appreciate that. All right, Christian. Hey, you have a great rest of your day, Christian. Stay safe at work, man. Appreciate you joining up. All right, guys. So we're about to be at the end of the hour here, about 20 seconds. Still chopping around for the past 30 minutes. We have not seen any real moves. Tomorrow, I'm going to have to give you guys an update. I'm going to figure out the schedule exactly right after the session. I'll have the schedule out for you, RC Coin. It's going to be in the morning, though. It'll probably be right after our market open session, or a little bit after that. Okay. So new hour is upon us, and we are still chop. No displacement of our previous hour candle. Not really much going on here, guys. Not too much going on. Let's see if we're going to start to get, a little bit of some more momentum and order flow stepping in, maybe some volume. I'll give it about 5 more minutes. If we're not going to see any more volume or order flow stepping in here in 5 minutes, well, then I'm just going to have to not take any trades this morning. That's just the reality of trading sometimes. If we see in the next 5 minutes a good breakout move, we see price action looking clean, we come up in inverse, maybe that's when I'll look for an entry. For now, we just sit on the sideline. All right, but I do appreciate everybody that joined up today. I think it's, even if you didn't trade, I think it, should have been a pretty good session. I've enjoyed the session. Again, I'll be back next week either way. I'll be back next Monday doing the same time frame, same time market open session again. Maybe we'll have some better price action next Monday. True that, Tony. No loss is still a win. Amen. You guys saying it better than I could. Remember, guys, what Connor was saying, that 50% off code, if you guys are trying to use that 50% off code. It's going, I think, until the stream is done, if I'm not mistaken. So I would maybe try using that before we end the stream here in just a few minutes. If you couldn't read that, Connor said, turn off your ad blocker if the link isn't working. All right, Bessie. See you later. Catch you later. Okay, guys, so we have just about a few minutes. I don't think I'm going to be taking a trade in this price action here. Just a little too choppy for me. Just a little too choppy. Exactly, right? There's going to be more opportunities throughout the day. I'm sure we might have a few good setups throughout the day. We'll just have to wait for those. If you're not in my Discord community, again, just stay patient. Stay patient, wait for your setups. If you are in my Discord community, then, we'll still be looking for some setups throughout the day. Still looking to take some trades. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll be back on for prop from session, EE. At EE, we'll be doing prop from session still. Okay, guys. Well, I think I might just call it here. I really do appreciate everybody that joined up. All of my members, I really appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody that, joined up that's not a member of my community. I loved having you. My Discord is EE, Eternal Exchange. Does someone mind dropping that link real quick in the DM or in the chat? Again, there's a whole free section, free education, free chat room, all of that stuff. And then we also have our VIP Discord as well. Thanks for dropping that, guys. yeah, guys, we're almost at 1,000 members. We're getting close to 1,000 members in the Discord. So again, if you want to come check us out for free, would love to see you. Would love to see you guys there. Check it out for free. Free chat room, education. For anybody that's not in there already. And again, don't forget, if you want to sign up for FFN, I got that code for you guys. And then there's that discount code that FFN is always offering. Yeah, man, we started at about 500. We're almost up to 1,000 members overall, so we're looking up. Super excited. Oh yeah, we also do free Wednesdays. All day on Wednesdays in my Discord are for free, so free trading. So even if you just want to join up for that, feel free to do so. Yeah, have Anthony join up, have Meadow join up, have them all join up. Thank you, Diesel. Appreciate that. And go Padres. Nope, we don't like the Dodgers here. Go Padres. We're taking the division. Padres are taking the division. Dodgers suck. Anyways. Yeah, prop firm session will be back in EE. All right, guys. I appreciate you all so much. Thanks for joining up. Again, hope you learned some kind of discipline, some value from this session, even though we didn't take a trade. God bless all of you. I hope you enjoy your rest of your day. I hope you stay safe. And I hope to see most of you in the Discord, whether that's free or VIP. All right, so I'll see all my members back in the Discord. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you to FFN for having me. Again, we'll be back next week as well. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, everybody, you guys take it easy. I'll see you soon. Peace out.